to all the monkey lovers out there in England, down under, the States, around the world, in Kowak. Monkey lizards make very good lovers. That's right, it's true, we're very good lovers. And we are live, everybody. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of Monkey Lizard Interviews. We haven't done one of these more formal interviews for a while, but the time has come for us to do another one because we have another new fantastic project on Kickstarter that we want to talk about. I am your host, Bob Rum. And as many of you have heard, the Monkey Lizard King himself, Salacious Rum, has been rushed to Kowak General due to some severe injuries he suffered last night on the Monkey Lizard Hangout live stream. Our thoughts are with you, fearless leader. Om nom shiwom, om nom shiwom, om nom shiwom. And so deputizing and making his live debut is the King's cousin himself, a toy collector extraordinaire and head of antiquities in Kowak. I'm introducing to you for the first time, it's Freddie Num, the Monkey Lizard. Oh, hello. Hello there.
Nice to see you.
Oh, hello. What a spiffing evening we're going to have. Oh, this jolly good. It was a rather beastly thing that happened to old Salacious last night. But silver linings, old boy, silver linings. And joining Freddie this evening is our special guest. He has an amazing YouTube channel called the Chronique Vintage, and he is now the author of Star Wars 1978 to 1985 Kenner toy line, currently available on Kickstarter, the link of which is in the description, so go get a backing. Introducing the incredible Jean-François Rolland. Ça va, Jean-François?
Ça va bien, merci.
And bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Now, we felt as though we needed another guest or actually more of a co-host this evening that has the credibility and the deep knowledge of the vintage Kenner line that can really ask the questions that you guys in the chat want to hear. And so for that task, we knew exactly where to go. We know him as the GOATs, the greatest of all time. You know him as the BOE. It's the amazing Blacked Out Ewoks.
Hello. Words fail me. I think you need a cough drop.
Good to see you, old boy. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Lovely day.
Spiffing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good job, Salacious isn't here. He'll be all blotto by now.
Yeah.
No, it's a real honor to have you both on the show. I'm really excited about this one. We do have a lot of fun on the show, but we're also, as you know, we are collectors, toy collectors at heart, and we've got a fantastic show for you tonight. Our community is amazing, and it's everything to us. So before we get into the questions, we do want to see who is joining us live. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. I could already see there's 20 odd people in the chat in YouTube, and probably double that on Twitter. So let's have a look and see who we've got, shall we? We have another granddaddy in the collecting community. It's the Imperial Communique. It says, "Let me be the first to say good evening."
Good evening.
Bonsoir.
Good evening.
Good evening. We also have Michelle Rolland. Evening, folks. Bonsoir. Ça va? Bonsoir, Michelle. We also have, salut. You might be able to pronounce this name better than me.
Salut, c'est Arleron. Yeah.
Arleron.
My friend, yeah. Salut Arnaud.
Well, it's great to have you. Thank you very much for stopping by and supporting Jean-Francois. We also have another fantastic collector. It's the 1000th Ghost. It says #Justice for Bob. We also have our favorite cuddly Ewok. It's the Apprentice Ewok saying hello.
Hi.
Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
And we have Death Star 1973 stopping by to say hello.
Hi.
Some great collectors in the chat. We've also got GeForce Racing.
Hello.
The fantastic Left Coast Graphics, who does brilliant vintage style custom graphics. Go and check out his shop. Superb designer. Raycon is over in Twitch. Hello, Raycon.
Hi.
Hi.
We have Mr. Oof Oof. Oof Oof.
Oof oof.
I'd like to have Oof Oof in the house. Wouldn't be the same without Mr. Oof Oof.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, who's this old boy? It's the Average X15. Hello, sir. I am Freddy. Hello, hello, hello. We also have the Messiah in the house as well. Fantastic. The chat's gone up. We've got 29 people in the chat at the moment on YouTube. That's fantastic. Wow. Mr. Jonathan Redmond is here to lay some support as well. Fantastic.
Evening.
Hi.
All the way from Australia. In Australia, it's Mr. Michael Reed. G'day.
G'day.
G'day to you.
Good day, mate.
And another fantastic book creator, author, and designer. I think this must be Janny from Read 5.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much for supporting. That's great.
Hello.
As you can see, Jean-Francois, we love our books over here in this community. Another fantastic vintage toy collector that knows his stuff. It's Mr. Blue Harvest. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Just want to get a few more before we get onto the questions. I won't pick out anyone else. People are saying hello to each other. Here is a fantastic collector, Mr. Chocolate Chip Wookie.
Chocolate Chip.
We got to meet for the first time this weekend in Redditch at the Echo Live convention. It was fantastic meeting you, sir. Mr. Tim Bainbridge is also in the house. He says, Bonjour, monsieur. Très bien.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Ça va bien.
Bonjour.
And Mr. Rolando Flores is in the house. Hello, good evening.
Hi.
Would you believe it? Our community is so diverse.
Geekstrong,
Rolando.
yeah.
We've got Mr. Geekstrong. He is one of the very few, I suggest, bodybuilding vintage toy collectors that you will find. It's customary for us all to flex our biceps at this point. So can we do that for him, please?
Oh dear.
Oh, boy.
Geekstrong. Geekstrong, oh boy. Geekstrong. He always takes screenshots of those and puts them on Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
So you'll see us flexing our muscles on Twitter later. Another fantastic collector, Mr. Vintage Toy Rush, Mr. Dave. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
He says a posh monkey, a goat, and an author.
Wow.
You get it everywhere. Everything here, oh boy. We cover everything. Everything, I tell you. We're almost, I think we're almost there. We've got, of course, it wouldn't be the same without Vader's Girl. Hello, cats. I hope you are well.
Hello.
And I think everyone else is chatting to each other. Oh, we've got Mr. Fabulous Disaster. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Right. I think we'll come back to the chat a bit later on, but thank you ever so much. Oh, my Alexa's going off in the background. Thank you ever so much for everyone that's joining me. I really appreciate it. We've got a busy show, so we're going to get on with some of the questions. So I thought what we would do is we would kind of carve... Oh, sorry, I've got to say, if you have any questions for Orlando or for BOE, please let us know in the chat, and we'll try to get to your questions. So, but I thought what we would do is would sort of segregate the evening up into 3 sections, really. Want to find out about Jean-Francois, the author, and about his introduction to Star Wars, and maybe BOE can chip in here with, you know, his experiences as well, and give you the English-French perspective of things, of growing up. with Star Wars, and then getting onto his YouTube channel, which I don't know how many of you everyone knows, but he's got a fantastic YouTube channel.
Yeah.
The Chronique Vintage YouTube channel. The link is in the description, by the way. So make sure you sub, as is BOE's. Make sure you sub to both channels. And then talking about the book. But before then, I just want to play the trailer for John Francois's book because it's fantastic. And this is what the whole evening's about, really. So I'm just going to share the Kickstarter screen. We'll come back to this, but I want to play you the trailer for John Francois's new book. If I just open up now, go back here. There's a few steps to make, but there we go. Here we go. And already 66% of your goal with 24 days to go. But we'll come back to that. So doing well. Here is the trailer. Hopefully this will play, give you a bit of an insight into why we are talking to John Francois this evening. So
This is a journey in the world of toys, a story of success who've changed the industry forever and become a legend today. Year by year, each page will tell you what you want to know about Kenner legendary toy line. By scanning a QR code, you will be able to watch every item in movement to complete your experience with vintage Star Wars toys. All major action figures evolution is referenced in this 240-page book with more than 800 high-resolution picture and all picture variation like Boba Fett figure or vehicle like X-Wing fighter. From Early Bird to Tatooine Thief, all action figures, playsets, and spaceships as seen in Star Wars original trilogy are available in this book, the 1978-1985 Kenner Toy Line book.
oh, how thrilling, how thrilling, fantastic. Great. So hopefully that's whetted the appetite, and we'll definitely come back to the book very soon. But first, let's find out a little bit about John Francois. So can you tell us about your first experiences with Star Wars, your first experience a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away?
It was October 1977 when my parents decided to bring me to a theater. Actually, the first fan in the family were my parents because they saw Star Wars first. And he said, "No, we might bring the kids to the movie," you know. So then they bring me to the theater, and like many kids in the late 70s, we were blowing up by what we saw on movie. It was in Paris theater near the Champs-Élysées. It was a very big one, maybe because I was very small, so I found that very big.
Yeah.
But like when the movie starts and you see the Star Destroyer, the Blockade Runner and everything, and that's it. You're out of space, and this is exactly what we were expecting as a kid at the time. We had only Westerns and stuff like that, so flying through space was exactly what we need. And then my first toys I start to get in spring '79 when my mom bought some figures in the shop, and then I realized there was toys connected to the movies, you know. And before that, it was like no toys or very few. But the toy wise, with Star Wars, it became in spring 1979 when I get connected with the toy. And then there were no need to ask me what I wanted for Christmas or birthday because it was definitely Star Wars toys for my collection.
What was your favorite of the three films, John Francois?
Oh, well, the thing is, as far as I remember, when Empire Strikes Back is definitely a great movie, but Star Wars is the first one I saw, so I'm definitely connected with Star Wars. Jedi maybe less because that's probably the one I was expecting the most. I was counting days on calendars in 1983 because it was one of the massive news. It was on a newspaper, TV show, or on the news everywhere, and we were really expecting to know, is Darth Vader, is Luke Skywalker father, is Han Solo is going out of this carbonite chamber and stuff like that. So we were so excited and expected so much. And maybe this is probably the Empire and Star Wars my best movies.
Of course, the monkey lizards in Return of the Jedi must have caught your eye, must have caught your fancy. Jean-Francois?
Yeah, I agree. The thing, it was so very fast as well, the Jedi. And everything goes so fast in the movie. And at the end, you also knew it was the last one. There was nothing else after this one. So when you left the movie theater, you were happy. You see the story, but then said, no more Star Wars, So it was a bit of a sadness in the same time.
Did you have similar feelings, BOE? What was your favorite film? And can you?
My favorite's always going to be A New Hope. So Star Wars, because that was the first one. It's just that, like Jean-Francois said, that the first movie, it's just in '78, seeing that for the first time was just, it was something else. You'd never seen anything like it. It was so, in a way, transformative and changed our lives forever. I mean, Empire is probably, everyone says that's the best one, but for me, myself, Star Wars is my favorite. A New Hope.
That's great. Well, Jean-Francois, before we've even got talking about the book, we've also had a lot of comments already. Fantastic photos. What an awesome book. Gianni from Red 5 has already just gone and pre-ordered. So people are getting excited about the book. Mr. Ghost says, what a great looking book. So that's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Good.
I'm blessed.
Now we're up to 36 in the chat as well, which is fantastic.
Brilliant.
What was your favorite figure then out of the collection? Because it was the figures, wasn't it, that really brought the film to life for a lot of us as kids. You know, we saw the film and then we were able to get the figures and play with the characters that we've seen. So who did you tend to lean towards when you were, in the yard playing with your figures?
There was always Luke Skywalker Bespin fatigues. That's one of the figure I have always in my pocket. But my two first figure were back in spring '79 was Stormtrooper and R2D2. So they were actually my two first figures. I remember my sister had in the same time R2D2 and C3PO. But the first thing she did, she put the C3PO in hot soapy water, and then it become pink.
Oh wow!
So, was the first experience with C3PO was not so good.
Is that happens when the chrome comes off? Does it go pink?
I think it was bad paint and some reaction with the paint or something. But
okay.
I personally never try with my own C3PO. But I also like Yoda very much for some reason. Maybe because I was expecting him so much. It was very tough to get back home at the time when after The Empire Strikes Back came out. Minifigures was pretty difficult to get. But I feel extremely lucky because my dad is a guitar player and he used to tour quite a lot during those years, late 70s, early 80s. And he used to come to the UK and he bring me my first Walrus Man is actually from a Palitoy. I still got the Palitoy card back, but also Land of the Jawas and Han Solo Hot Gear, Lando Calrissian, and those kind of thing. So that's for me as a kid. The UK or England looked like a world of wonder toy. There were so many toys available in the UK we didn't have in France, so it was like wow. Even in Belgium or Germany, he used to tour as well in those countries, and he bring me so many figures. It came so late afterward on the market in France. So, yeah, I got my childhood with Meccano packaging, Palitoy, and Kenner quite a lot.
That's fantastic. Can you translate this comment for us on the screen? Can you see that comment? It's force à toi tout l'équipe.
Yeah.
Avec toi.
May the force be with me.
Oh, of course.
The TW3 team is actually salut les gars. So it's all my friends. We study all together right now the web design. So this is all my classmate basically.
Fantastic. We're up to 38 in the chat. We've got a few more people that have joined us, which is fantastic. Sean Solo 8, another fantastic collector.
Hi.
We've got Hoppy's Creations, another superb. There's a lot of great toy collectors in the chat. It's absolutely fantastic. Letitia, thank you for joining us. That's amazing. And
Salut,
Tina, the Star Wars cat lady, is a good friend to us. Hello, Tina. Hope you're well.
Hi.
So, it was the action figures. It was Bespin, Fatigue, Luke. The book you've written, we'll come to the book in a bit, but I just wanted to, you touched on Meccano there. For those, can you just tell us a little bit, for those that don't know, about the differences between Kenner, Palitoy, and Meccano? Maybe BOE can help with this as well, because there's some differences there that maybe not everyone knows.
Well, about the action figures itself, they were all made in Hong Kong until 1983. Then they start to be built in Macau, Taiwan, or other places in the world, even in Spain. And some figures were also in spare parts sent to the UK and assembly actually in Palitoy factory plant. So it was quite an interesting way the Kenner organized itself, and compared to Hasbro or Mattel, Kenner was inside the General Mills corporation, so they never really sell outside the US with a Kenner logo like Mattel or Hasbro, actually. So back in the days in Europe, each country, they had their own distributor, basically, their own brand. So it was Palitoy for the UK, it was Meccano for France, it was Clipper for the Benelux and in Netherlands and Belgium, and also it was a Kenner Spielzeug for Germany when it became Parker, and so it was completely different, and which is for us toy collector now these days make quite an interest to get some UK packaging or French packaging, Spanish packaging as well, or even Italian packaging, because it was the Albert brand over there. So it was quite interesting now for the collecting world to have all this packaging with different language, basically. This is what collectors are looking about.
Yeah, those foreign packages are quite highly sought now. I mean, the Meccano square bubbles, even the Return of the Jedi Meccanos are quite expensive. Yeah. And then you've got the PBP Harberts as well. I mean, I've managed to get a few of each, but not many. I mean, they're really tough. I mean, the Palitoy is really tough as well, because especially the Palitoy with the logo. Yeah. Those ones command a lot of money, whereas the Palitoys, obviously with the Toy Tony scandal, that sort of dropped the price for certain things as well. So, you know, but I mean, I love all that European variety we had back in the day, in the early period, and then it all moved to one card, the Tri logo.
The whole thing. Yeah, that's right. This is one I love about those cards, and one of the reason, an interesting fact today why there's so less figures with the let's say Meccano packaging, is because the company didn't really believe in Star Wars business at the time. It's very strange. Like if you from the 78 to 1980, it was Meccano. And then Meccano came through another company called Miro, the way you pronounce it. They become Miro Meccano.
Yeah.
And that merging, the main boss didn't really believe into the Star Wars business until 1982, 1983, which is create some kind of gap in the amount of toys. Let's say, for example, the Imperial Attack base is the only playset we had in France for Empire Strikes Back. And then the thing is, it's a completely paradoxical situation, but in 1984 and 1985, we were surrounded by toys. We had the Slave One we were expecting for so long, the AT-AT, or the Millennium Falcon came through the market for good. Yeah. But no movies, you know, so it was completely strange. Because like, I remember having the Millennium Falcon for my 10th birthday in February 1981, but it was my mother-in-law who had it bought in Brussels, in Belgium. And with the Palitoy box, it could come from the UK to the Belgian market, but we didn't have it before. The early packaging in France was probably December 1982, and it really came on the market, I mean, for the Millennium Falcon, in when Return of the Jedi was released, so that was about October 1983, basically. And
I got my Falcon in Christmas 81.
Yeah.
I mean, because you couldn't really see the film often. The toys were our sort of avenue to start continuing our Star Wars adventure, plus the comics, which we had a lot of in the UK with the Star Wars weekly comics. So, you know, in a way, the toys were just as important as the film. So that's
right.
that's why I think we as adults have such a passion for these toys now, is because they are our sort of connection to Star Wars and how we experienced it from 1978 till 85, really. So yeah,
that's right. Yeah, there's the funny thing is when I start to really collecting items was back in 1989, 1990. For some reason, I wanted to complete the toy collection. I played with the toys until 1984, something like that, 85. Still buying a few things when I was singing in the shop, but not really playing with it. And for some reason, and probably maybe because of frustration, having got all the figures as a kid, I decided to collect them. And so I grabbed a card back and read the address in the Kenner and Cincinnati, and also a Palitoy in England who was Tonka at the time in charge of the company. And I started to write letters, and at the time you have to wait 2 weeks to have an answer back in the best condition, in the best way. And so Kenner said, "Yeah, sorry, we have nothing. So go right to England. Maybe they still have some toys." And it was the same story from England. It was then, sorry, no more toys. So then I started to go to a toy shop. There was absolutely nothing, nowhere. It was a pure desert. I mean, it's 1989, 1990.
Oh wow!
And I bought a model, a Star Destroyer model. And inside there was a document to make subscription for the Lucasfilm magazine in Colorado.
Yeah.
I said, okay, let's try. At the time I was learning English. My dad was helping me to write the letters because I was not able to do anything by myself. And thanks to Dad for that. And so we received our first magazine, and there was some announcement on the back. And there was one guy in Kentucky who was selling for very cheap a lot of toys. And my first order was actually the 3 figures missing on the French market was the Cloud Core Pilot, Bespin Security Guard Black, and 4 LOM. Those 3 figures never released in France. Never.
Wow.
So, and I dreamed about those ones as a kid. Because you see them on the card back, you know, and it's why can't I get them, you know?
what was the explanation? Why weren't they? Do you know? Does anyone know? They just didn't think they'd sell, or
I think especially they released the 1982 set of figures, the last Empire Strikes Back set of figures for the 1982 one. It came too late in France, and actually most of them we had it with like Luke Hotgear, for example, who is part of that set. We had it in France in 1984 with a free logo packaging. We never had it before. The 2 figures we had, it was late 1983 with a Jedi packaging, was a Sensoscope R2D2, and a C3PO with removable limbs, you know. And before that, we never had. And the funny thing is, the Bespin Security Guard Black in 1983, spring 1983, you had the card back, but with the white figures inside, but never the figure came through.
Oh wow! But he would have come out on Tri-Logo, wouldn't he? Eventually, the Black Bespin Guard in France, maybe.
He never came. He never did. Yeah.
Because in the UK, he was on the Palitoy hybrid.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but not in France, unfortunately.
Yeah, but he came on the Empire Strikes Back Palitoy 45. Would it be 45 back? Yeah, it must have been a 45C card. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm not sure, but he came through in 1982. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is why I've invited BOE on this as well tonight, because you can just pick out the card back.
We can cross over the information.
Yes.
That's cool.
So Rawzaf is in our community as well, and he's just asked a fantastic question, which is linked to what I was going to ask you about your own personal collection, really. So how extensive one of the things we love about BOE's YouTube channel is he always goes out and finds really unique and rare variants. And so we like watching him unbox those. How extensive is your collection, and how much of your collection is the book based on, Jean-Francois?
The entire collection. I show the entire Kenner collection.
Wow. Wow.
Except mini rigs, because they're not, they're off screen basically. But it took me, let's say, 30 years to collect all the Kenner toys, because the idea I have starting in 1990 is to collect the toys brand new and keep it the one from my childhood used. And this is one of the topic of the book, is to show the actual item with the brand new packaging and the regular toy next to it. That's what I want to show.
Fantastic. And how, you may not cover this in the book, but in terms of your own collecting, how far do you go in terms of Palitoy and other manufacturers and other variants? Do you go over the Kenner? Do you collect other things other than Kenner, or?
Not anymore. I used to collect Meccano and Palitoy, but for space and money reason, I stopped, and I stopped pretty early. I mean, back in 2005, I had to sold out almost 80% of my Meccano collection.
Wow.
But that's the way it goes, that's life. But I feel blessed, because having a US card toy collection already, and packaging collection, almost brand new, all of them, is already something for me. I never thought I could get all those items from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And maybe one day I'll go back to those things. But when you see the price of the items these days, especially for Palitoy and Meccano, to me, I have to become a billionaire. It's a bit tough, but yeah, who knows? Maybe one day. But I always focus on the Kenner one, because it's the origin. Everything starts from there, and also it compared to France, you can have all the figures, and also what I like, it's the photograph. The variation of the X-wing fighter pictures. They have 3 of them, and also for the Millennium Falcon, you have one for Star Wars, Empire, and the Jedi. And the Jedi one, we didn't have it for on the European market. We had the Star Wars one and the Empire one. And the idea of the book is to display all those things, the variation, and about those pictures. The main variation, not the every kind of greenish Yoda. Only the light green and the brown. That's good enough to me, because otherwise you'll be too much variation anyway. And this is not the topic of the book anyway. It's really like year by year to show what was on the market, to explain the difference between the European market and what was in America.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Because I collected since 92, 93, and my collection's just a whole mix of Kenner, Palitoy, the odd foreign card here and there, and a lot of tri-logos, because they're pretty common over here as well. So to put a whole set together of just Kenner is something, that'd be quite challenging, because the 2 layers on Return of the Jedi, she's really tough.
It is.
Yeah,
I don't have them. Yeah, I just got the Star Wars layer. Is it coming out?
I've gotten both.
Oh wow!
So
congratulations. Great one.
Yeah.
That
was like 10 years ago, so the prices weren't crazy like they are now. So yeah,
it was a time it was cheaper, of course, but let's say it was still expensive at the day. When I used to come to the UK, my first trip for Star Wars convention was in November '94 in Elstree, and I remember that pretty well. I saw a Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper gear with a part of the Force card, packaging, and it was like 70 quid or something like that. So what, 70 quid?
That's a lot in those days. Yeah.
But so today it sounds cheap, but
what would that be worth now? What would that be worth now, do you think?
Yeah. Well, a bit more for sure.
I did the same with the tri-logo Jawa. There was one in a comic event in London for 93, 94 for £40. And I said, that much? And, I put it back, big regret now. That's such a rare tri-logo.
It is.
So, you know, no, yeah.
I have a job with vinyl capes or 12 backs, which is to me already something. I bought it in 2001 to an ex-Skinner employee.
Yeah.
Something
Wow.
someone I met. His name is Tom Naheisel. He was working at Kenner from 1982 to 1981, and he's got an amazing story behind, because he's one of the guys who left with 5 pickup full of prototypes, proof
Wow.
cards, and stuff like that. And thanks to him, I could get a few things like hot Luke Skywalker hot battle gear, but without any COO or patent in the back, because he was one of the figures show on the toy fair in February 1982.
Wow.
Those kind of things. Or also Steve Denny, who was my very first contact in America, who became a good friend through the year. He offered me my first Revenge of the Jedi proof card, when we used to call it playing card at the time. So and he found that in the dumpster, you know.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, those things, because he's in that. They talk about him in what's that video, the movie about, what's it called, collecting the film, because they talk about him being the dumpster diver and him getting all these proof cards and selling them for $1 each. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
And because I've got a couple of Revenge proofs, but you know, they're so hard to find over here.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah. The thing is, I was asking for a back card at the time. I didn't really knew how to explain in English what I was looking for. I just asked him. I would like some cards with, because I like the figure so much, and it was about Empire Strikes Back at the first time, in the first place. And he sent me a card with I think it was Sand People. I have the card right here, so I'm just to show you on the screen.
Looks like, am I still on?
One of those cards like this one.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, that's the beauty.
Yeah.
And he sent me that for free. He said, "Is it the
that is
looking for?" And I thought, I never expect in my life can hold one of his pre-prototype things, you know. And he said, nice. "Yeah, if you have a few of them, I'd like to buy." And he sold them for each at the time $3 each.
Wow, that is so cheap.
That's incredible. That's a great story. We're up to. Sorry, go ahead, BOE.
Are they in the book?
Yeah, they will be in the book. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Because I love stuff like that. So yeah, pre-production.
We're up to 40 in the chat, and there's just a couple of people that I want to say hello to. We missed out Mr. Yorks. He says the book looks great. So thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And also, we've got a couple of people that have already backed it now. Brandon says he's just subscribed to your channel and backed the book, which is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
We've got Alexis in the house giving a virtual hug to everybody. That's lovely.
Yes, one of my mates. This is one of my classmates. Salut, Alexis.
Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic. I got to thank you so much, Mr. Ghost. He's giving us a super chat this evening for $5. He says he hopes the NHS can take care of Salacious Rum, but just in case, here's a little something for the medical bills. Thank you ever so much. We normally play super chat videos in our Hangouts, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I don't think they're really appropriate for the topic of tonight, but I will replay you one of those super chat videos in the they're comedy based John Francois, so they're not rude or anything, but they're a bit naughty. I will play one of those for you, Mr. Ghost, in our next Monkey Lizard Hangout live stream. So thank you ever so much. We've also got Brightest Day in the house. He says hail.
Hi.
Dave the Vintage Toy Rush has just backed the book John Francois, so that's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Southern Comic Geek has joined us, which is great. Hello, sir.
Hello.
And here's one of my favorites, a new YouTuber, great guy, always makes me laugh. Greedo in a Speedo says, "Hey guys."
Hello, Greedo.
That's a good name.
And Mark says, "Bob and crew, what's up?" Colonel Angus is in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Right, well, let's get on to a good time to move on to our next bit, which was really to find out, and I know this links into your book, so find out about the YouTube channel, really. I actually have been subbed to you, I think, when back from 2017, when you first started, I think, but that was on my other account. So, but you have been going, you have been going since 2017. You haven't posted for a while, but can you tell us about your YouTube channel a little bit, please?
Yeah,
How that started and...
It all started in 2007 because I could not do the book, actually, because my first layout, I did it during 2016 and 2017. And I went to a publisher. He wanted to do the book, but Disney declined the offer. So then the idea come to probably do my self-editing. But I was too busy at the time to try to organize the layout for the book, and it's completely different than making videos, you know. So I said, well, why not try to making first some videos? It sounds easier for me. Actually, I can control the whole thing. So I watched with a few tutorials to see how I can display the thing. And the idea come to show first the play sets and the vehicle. And the idea was like, hey, how about showing the complete things? I'm lucky enough to have them brand new. So let's try to display every items of every toys. That way can help collectors to find spare parts on the internet and stuff like that, because these days it's not that easy to get some instruction sheet with you, you know. So I thought I could be some kind of help for that. And then step by step, I start to make some videos to get the whole the whole carrosserie on my channel, basically.
And you've been good enough to do English and French versions of all these videos.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, my target was to try also to practice my English a bit, but it also, I think it was more interesting to be worldwide, and people collecting around the world can understand better than French, of course. So that way they could get the whole story about the toys year by year. And that's what I wanted to show.
And you've obviously done well with the channel. You're just under 2,000 subs, but I know you've got 120,000 views is a lot. So so the channel's gone down very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a channel, I haven't got any videos since January. That's right. Yeah, I have to stop because I was quite busy doing something else for my job. I have to train myself for a new business, because I was working for the car industry as a clay modeler first, and then as a CAD sculpture modeling for 16 different brands around Europe. I live in Crewe in the UK when I work for Rolls Bentley for 6 months.
Oh, fantastic.
Back in 2000, something like that. And I've spent a lot of time in Germany as well, working for Porsche, but also I went to Romania working for other car company. But with the COVID-19 crisis, I could not fly away, or it's not that easy to get a job. So I decided to learn web design, which is what I'm doing now with all my classmates who said hello before in the evening. And it gave me also the possibility to learn a few graphic tricks and this is why I decided to go back on the book, as thinking, okay, I have the video, let's finish the book. And that way I can create a link between the video and the book, because the one of the main idea of the book is when you have the book, you will have a QR code on each page for playsets and vehicle. That way you can read about the toy, and if you want to see the toy in movement, you will just grab your mobile phone, you scan the QR code, and you go back to my YouTube channel when you see the toy in movement.
That's phenomenal. And so where so the QR links to your YouTube channel, not to a separate website with the videos, then
it will be linked by video by video to my YouTube channel. Yes.
Fantastic. So presumably then you can use a QR builder then that basically links it to the video URL.
Yeah, I have to, and make sure it won't be a wrong link.
Yeah, that's such a great idea. That's such a good idea. Well, let's get on to the book then, shall we? Shall I share the screen of your Kickstarter again, and we'll just have a look at the Kickstarter page. Let's stop doing that. Oh, you got a question, BOE? Sorry.
No, I was just waving to Jody.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Before we do that, let's just go back to the chat again, because we've just had quite a few just come in the chat. We'll come back to the book in a second. We have I did notice Mark just said, "Where's Salacious?" and is Freddie going to talk? Yes, old boy, old Salacious. Yes, he's got himself in a bit of a bind. Rather beastly accent, I have to say. But as the head of antiquities here in the Kowak Museum, I thought rather well placed to host this evening.
Sorry,
Hope
I didn't
that's
hear you well.
hope that answers your question, Mark. We've also got Oakhurst Studios in the house as well.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
Mr. Oakhurst, hello. And we have
One of my
Force
classmates. Yeah.
one of your classmates.
Yeah.
Can you say his name? I can't say his name.
Fauzia.
Fauzia.
Salut, Fauzia.
Salut. And Eric as well. This must be another one of your classmates.
Yeah. Salut, Eric.
Salut.
We also have the woke lord. He's taking the knee for the BOE. There you go. Held in such high regard. Left Coast Graphics says, I always watch your videos when I see you share them in my Collect All 92 Facebook group. There you go. Keep up the
Thanks
great
so
work,
much.
John. Are you aware of Left
Thank you
Coast?
so
Are
much.
you, John-Francois?
Sorry?
Are you aware of Left Coast? Are you? Mr. Left Coast
now I
Graphics?
do. Now I'm going to go and have a look. It's very
Great.
kind of him to.
We also have another fantastic YouTuber and toy collector. It's Gen X Toys Jody from the Netherlands. Hello, Jody.
Hello.
Hi.
Mr. Ghost has just backed the book as well. The book is going to rock. There we go. I think we're at least half a dozen backers so far, I think, from the chat. So that's great.
Many thanks.
Oh, fantastic. Jody, you are so generous. Jody has dropped another €10 super chats. I do not deserve this. Thank you ever so much, Jody. I really appreciate it. And we will for sure, in your honor, play a super chat video in our next Monkey Lizard Hangout live stream and dedicate that to you, Jody. So thank you ever so much. And Geek Strong has just posted the pic of the three of you guys flexing your biceps. So there you go. You'll have that to commemorate this evening, Jean-Francois.
I have a lot to do.
Right then, let's have a look at this Kickstarter. Let's get on to the third section, and let's get into this book, shall we? So the book's on Kickstarter. I'm just going to share the screen. How has the Kickstarter process been for you so far?
It's something completely new, and thanks to my dad who made the music for the small mini movie, let's say. And the mini movie, I made it by myself, and I made a storyboard first, and I tried to figure out how long it have to be, not too long. Oh my God, 70%! Wow!
There you go. Well, there you go. You've gone up to over 7,000, so that's fantastic.
It's never been so close.
Hopefully, we're having a small influence on that. So
seems to be. Thank you so much. I mean, wow, it's been so long since I want to see that book become real. Now it seems to be so close, and give me the pressure to make a good model printing layout. I mean, I really have to now. Oh my God.
Well, judging by the quality of your YouTube content, I think we can all tell this is going to be a cracker.
Yeah.
So 70%, 10,000 is the goal. 127 backers.
Only, you know. Wow.
Yeah, you've still got 24 days to go, which is
yeah,
plenty of time, I would say, to for you to help you reach your goal. Should we play the video again for those that didn't see it? We've had quite a few people join us that haven't seen the video. Sure. So let's do that video again. Yeah.
Do it.
Ha
ha. No music.
Oh, is there no music? Is there not?
Sounds missing. No. Yeah.
But we can see it.
No, it's okay. I can solve that. I know what I did wrong. There's a button I was supposed to press. I'm gonna do it again because I want to make sure I do this right. So let's just do it again. So it's no problem at all. There's a little button that says, "Do you want video?" and I must have missed it. So I know it worked last time. So share the screen, share the audio. And then this is all part of the hosting, the streaming hosting life. You see, you have to make sure you get all your tick boxes done. So we'll get there. Right. let's move that back to there. Put that to there. Let's add this to the stream. This will do it this time, I'm sure. Right, let's make that full screen. Hopefully this works.
This is a journey in the world of toys, a story of success who've changed the industry forever and become a legend today. Year by year, each page will tell you what you want to know about Kenner legendary toy line. By scanning a QR code, you will be able to watch every item in movement to complete your experience with vintage Star Wars toys. All major action figures evolution is referenced in this 240-page book with more than 800 high-resolution picture and all packaging picture variation like Boba Fett figure or vehicle like X-Wing fighter. From Early Bird to Tatooine Skiff, all action figures, playsets, and spaceships as seen in Star Wars Original Trilogy are available in this book, the 1978-1985 Kenner Toy Line book.
Fantastic. And 200, how many pages? 200 and...
It will be 240 page each, I think. This is what I have right now. Maybe a bit more. I'm not so sure, but if I do a bit more, maybe the printer company won't be very happy. I have to stick to that target.
Is this you as a boy? Is this you as a lad?
Yeah, it's me at Christmas 1979 when I got my two first spaceships. So you got the one my mother bought in the toy shop next home. So this is the TIE Fighter, and the other one, the X-Wing Fighter, came from the UK. That's my dad bringing me for Christmas.
Is that a Palitoy logo on
the
X-Wing?
Yeah, it's a Palitoy one. Yeah.
And have you still got that, or is that one gone?
I've got the toy, not the box anymore. As my mom used to send them for the kindergarten for my sister to making cardboard castle.
Let's have a look down, and then is this your vehicle collection, the playset collection?
Yes, playset and vehicles. That's when I made the actual picture for the book. So I make some kind of picture souvenir of the day. Well, actually, it took me 9 weekends, almost 10 hours a day, to shoot every figures and every vehicles and all the toys, basically. Yeah. So
there's my favorite set of all time, the Jabba the Hutt set. And isn't there something? I was born in '79, so I think the Millennium Falcon was my first vehicle. But isn't there something romantic about the racetrack design, the black card and the racetrack? It's just such an iconic design. There's nothing quite like it, is there? I don't think.
It's just perfection. It's just nothing's. That's why the vintage collection now is so popular. It's because it utilizes this design.
Absolutely. When you look at the toys, the packaging, when you were kids, you know exactly where they were on the toy shelves. You didn't need to think about where to find it. You said, "Oh, this is it." You got the Star Wars logo, the Empire red and silver logo, and on the black was just so perfect. You knew exactly where they were.
Just perfection, really.
And then talk to us about the layout of your book. Then, what design decisions have you made, and it's
pretty close. I don't know if I can try to show you from the other computer back there. It's maybe a bit too far.
You could describe. Definitely looks good. The book.
You can see it from here. It's maybe too far.
That's probably going to be. I don't know. It's probably going to be a bit far.
Yeah, it's
away,
a bit too far, right?
Yeah.
I can't bring the computer too far. But basically, it's what you see on your screen right now is about 95% of what will be the book.
Yeah.
So the idea is to get the perspective view, symmetrical perspective view, the packaging. To see that way you can see not just the figure, the card, but also the blister, the way it is, the thickness of it. And on the other hand, you see the actual toy, so the front side view, like a blueprint. That's what I wanted to do, like a treasure map where you get information, the size of the toy, the size of the packaging, the weapon it hold, if it hold one, and doing that for every action figures, basically.
And how much of the photography have you already done, and how much have you got left to do?
In terms of photography, everything was now it's ready. It's clear. I've done about 1,000 picture cleanup by Photoshop.
Wow.
I detour everything to make sure it's clean and fit with the blue background. Even if I shot everything on the blue background, there was still some kind of something unclean, you know. And this is what I learned actually with the web design course I'm doing right now, how to use Photoshop to detour properly an item. And I did it everything now. So it's just like a matter of setting the vehicles or the introduction to each chapter. That's what I have to work, and to place the text and all that kind of thing. But the layout for the figures and the actual spaceships and play sets, it's almost ready.
Great.
Fantastic. And you were saying just before the stream that your front room, you've got like a battle ball going across your so your wife can't wait for you to get this done, because
as you can see here, it's a complete.
I might be able to show that actually.
Oh yeah.
Let me look at that. Let me just see if I can
That's the entire book.
Wow.
There we go. Look at that.
That's amazing.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. Wow. There you go. Some insight there into the preparation that's required.
It's actually in the room where the book is going to exist. Actually, this is where it's making. This is where I'm making the book. Sorry. And over here on that picture, this is the step by step when I start to draw first by hand, and then I wanted to have one item, one page, but then it become like 400 pages. So I have to go back to another idea to get like 2 figures for 1 page.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then this photo this is what we've just seen, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is your bowl. Yeah. That's fantastic. You must have a very patient and understanding wife. That's all I can say.
Yeah, she is, because that's on the wall for a long time, but she's really looking forward to see it gone.
Well, we all thank you, Mrs. Rolland. We all thank you very much for your patience. Thank you ever so much. It will be worth it, I'm sure. And then, here's the QR process. So this is definitely something unique that integrating the technology now into a traditional book. I mean, us collectors like physical things, don't we? I'm sure many of us, we prefer, tapes and VHS and DVDs to digital. We prefer to have something in our hands. But this is how you've gone and integrated the book to your YouTube channel, which I think is a really good idea, actually. Very clever idea. Has someone else done that? Have you seen that from another book?
Not that I'm familiar with.
No.
The only book I can think of to do with Star Wars that has an interactive component is The Sounds of Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the one where it's got that, you got at the back, you press a couple of numbers and the sound effect comes on the book.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And actually on Force Fridays, do you remember Force Fridays? We don't get them anymore. It doesn't feel like we've had one for a while anyway. But on Force Fridays back in the day, when you used to go to Toys R Us, or not back in the day, but around the Force Awakens era, they would put codes on the standees, and you could download the Star Wars app and put your phone over the code, and it would release a new character to you on your phone. So that's that's the only other place I've seen it. But that's a great idea. But so you've got a lot of URL linking to do, Jean-Francois.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah. And fingers crossed you don't get that one URL that you accidentally paste in the wrong one in it. It takes you to a cooking show or something.
It can't be as bad as the Hasbro Force Link 2.0.
Yes.
Yeah, that was something.
That's right. That was something. That's a good way to describe it. It was something. And then here's the front cover. Is the design finished now? Have you got more design work to do?
The cover will remain as it is. Perhaps I will add some kind of silver around the stripe, all the frame around the Star Wars logo. That may be the only thing changing, but I like the way it is with all the toys coming out from the hyperspace. So it's gonna remain that way, and I like the blue color as well. So it reminds Skinner color. So that's why I choose that kind of bright blue color.
Yeah.
And about the frame for the TIE fighter and the X-Wing fighter, we are pretty close, about 95%. Yeah.
Oh, good.
And what's the stock of the book like? I know printing's a difficult science to get right. There's all paper card stocks, and there's all kinds of decisions you've got to make. What has that process been like? And have you made those decisions now? Have you got agreed prices with your printers and things like that, or have you still got those decisions to make?
No, that's clear with the printer company now, because the book will be printed in the Netherlands because it's cheaper than France. And even in the company set his office in France. I'm dealing with some French people over there, but they are definitely the book will be printed in the Netherlands and leave from the Netherlands for delivery because it's cheaper.
Right.
It will be like €5 for sending to France. It will be £8.50 for the UK and the rest of the Western European countries, as far as I remember. And for America, it will be about $32. And it's cheaper. They're basically saving €10 sending from the Netherlands compared to if I have to send the book from France.
Right.
And it will be what it is plain in a number of books. It will be 1,000 books in English, and it will be 500 book in French, basically.
That's the print number. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you planning on after the campaign? Will you do another run later on? Is there plans to do runs later, or is that not something you're thinking about?
The amount of people who are actually pre-order the book right now. As much as people come to pre-order, I will print. I will talk with the printer company because the money will be there. So let's do printing. If there'll be more than 1,000 book in English or more than 500 in French, we'll see about that, or maybe less. I don't know. But for sure, that the Kickstarter is also for me a big help to know exactly how many book needs to be printed.
Okay, for sure. And then let's have a look at the. Can I click that? I've already done my back, so I don't know. Oh, I don't want to show that. Let's go back. How do I? Is it just down here? I think it's just here, isn't it? That we look at. These are the pledge types. So
there should be like 5 or 6 pledge time for Europe, for Australia, worldwide, America. Also one in French Canada. I did one because I have some demand about some French Canadian people wanted to have the book in French, so I have to create a new selection to pledge for French version for that. But,
so for Europe and the UK, the book is £43, which I think is
that's the one.
It's good. It's good
price.
Values. Yeah, I think that's a good price as far as I can see. And then America. What's shipping?
Shipping and plus that, so it's €50. So it's $58 plus $32.
Okay,
so it's about $80. No, $94. Sorry.
Yeah. And then this is Benelux. So I guess this is
Euros.
That's the one for France and Belgium, for French-speaking people, and I have the same for English people living in Belgium and Benelux. Yeah.
Oh, great! Fantastic. Great. So that's fun. Is there anything else on here that we want to look at that I'm missing? Let's have a look.
It's already fantastic spending an hour all together.
I just want to make sure, it's such to be honest, the great thing about the Star Wars community are the number of content creators. And this has been said before, but some of the best stuff does get made by the fans, and you're a real fan. and you can tell that. And so we love backing content creators in creative projects. So I really want to help you. We want to help you succeed with this. So it's a great project, and your unique selling point here is this is your own collection that you've grown over many years, and then you're integrating the technology into the book as well. So I think it's a great unique selling point for this book, and us collectors love our books. We can't have too many books. There's some great books out there in the Star Wars community. There's a number of books that I've backed recently, all of which are fantastic, and this is another one that's going to be added to the collection. So when are we anticipating this to be ready by and shipped out? Do you have idea on that?
So the target is to get the money and the final printing layout to the printing company in the beginning of September, as they need 3 weeks to get the whole thing printed. So I really hope to get all the books ready for the beginning of October, mid-October. You never know if something goes wrong, lack of ink, paper, whatever. You can be ready for anything these days. So, but the target definitely is, I really hope so, everything should be starting to be delivered in the beginning of October. All the guys who are spending pre-order money on the pre-order right now, I'm doing my best to make sure that the books start to get delivered in the beginning of October and the whole month.
Wow, that's really quick. So you're not wasting any time. You're rocking and rolling on this.
I try to.
Mrs. Rolland wants her front room back, and you're gonna go for it by the sounds of it.
She's a really good help,
Chocolate Chip Wookie says, JF, as you know, I've been looking forward to this since you mentioned this pipe dream some time ago. Cannot wait to get my copy in October. That's not long ago. You sure you don't want to give yourself some more time?
It's getting close. It's getting close. We're waiting for so long, for so many years to get to happen. There was so much match before, and so much delayed. So now, this is it. He
says, "Show us your Meccano pics." Chocolate Chip says. We'll have to perhaps do another stream on that. I don't know. We'll have to invite you back to do a Meccano stream one day, maybe.
Yeah, I don't have much of them anymore. That's the issue. I have a few pictures left, but not very high quality, unfortunately. I still have my Palitoy Death Star with a French Meccano packaging. That is something was my grandparents offered me for Christmas 1980. It came a year later compared to the UK, but it was a massive toy. I mean, how many times did I blow up the Death Star? I can't even count it, because it was one of the toys I played with the most, definitely. And it was great fun, definitely. Yeah.
Well, Jody says he loves the symmetry of your pages. So that's good.
Thanks a lot.
Rawzaf is asking, is there anything else that you're looking for? It sounds not, to be honest. It sounds like you've got the whole...
Right now, I feel absolutely blessed about what I have. There will be a few toys, of course, I would like to get, like the set of 62 coins. But that's quite expensive.
Very, very, yeah.
I'm actually trying to get Steve Denny, because I know he had a frame picture of that from his friend Boba Fischer, who died a few years ago.
Wow.
But he told me he might have a picture left, and if he have it, I would like to show it in the book, and from the collection of Boba Fischer and Steve Denny. That will be a tribute to those two guys, because that book is definitely a tribute to Kenner. And the last thing I would like to add into the book is a picture of Jim Schweringen. I hope I pronounced it right. The guy who actually brings Star Wars to Kenner.
Yeah.
So his story is just amazing. So I will have a section about that. But right now I don't have any picture, because I have no right to show any picture of himself. I just can talk about his story, but I would like to add a picture of him. I sent him a message on Facebook, so I hope he will answer and say yes. I hope so.
I hope so.
Mark says, how do we back it? Hopefully I've answered your question. The link to the Kickstarter, Mark, is in the description of the video. So, and Blue was just, there you go. Blue's just published it as well. So we also have Mr. Jerry Atrick Sif is now joined us. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Thanks for joining us. And I think you've answered that how many books. So my Alexa's going off in the background. Fantastic. Well, what a great project. BOE, is there any questions? I know you had some
I've
questions.
got quite a lot of questions, but some have been answered. So I'll go through what are left that haven't been answered. So what Kenner variants does this book cover? Like, does it cover the hollow cheeks, Sam person, the Han Solo small head, big head? What sort of variants?
There will be the actual Han Solo big head, small head. You have the variation of the hair color of Luke Skywalker. There will be in tiny variation like the blue lightsaber for Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight.
Yeah,
and there will be hollow chick. No, I have one in the Jedi coded Tusken Raider version, but I don't have the actual figures
of the hollow
figure. I just have the regular one. There will be the vinyl cape. There will be a double telescopic Luke Skywalker lightsaber. What it is called, the Farm Boy these days. And as I display both, actually, I've been lucky enough to have this early bird package.
Wow!
And I started the story of Kenner with that one, with the actual envelope and the mail away offer, which is a double telescopic baggy look inside. But I also had a loose Luke Skywalker double telescopic lightsaber, but it's completely bended. It's actually the one I used on the cover.
How much text is in the book? Does it contain descriptions of items or a history of Kenner and releases?
Both. I will try to make a bit of both, because actually we like a huge catalog. Of course, you need picture to see the item. But what I try to do is at every introduction part, like 1983, I will mention the amount of new factory involved to build the toys. Also, at the beginning of the industrial work with Hong Kong, that before Kenner had one production line for the $6 million man, one production line, one figure. When they start to work for Star Wars, it was for one figure, 4 production line. It shows how much figures, and also I talk about the 30% increasing every year. And how the process goes. I'll try to. I also tell the story about Kenner, how they become Kenner in 1947 until Hasbro took over in the year 2000.
So it's the Bob-O-Matic gun or something like that.
Yeah, that was the first toy.
Because I think you've shown some. It's going to have some prototypes like the Revenge Proofs. Are you going to have Power of the Force mock-ups?
No, unfortunately, no mock-up for Power of the Force. I don't have them. I will show a couple of Revenge of the Jedi card, because there's a story behind. The reason why there was so much left is because, as you all know, guys, they changed Steve Denny, but also Lucas changed the name at the very last minute, and it cost $250,000 to Kenner to reprint everything. So they have everything ready to be printed, and then oh my God, we have to change one word, and to change one word at the time, you have to print everything back.
Okay, what's your favorite? You've said your favorite action figures, I'm assuming, is Luke Bespin.
It's one of them. Actually, I have trouble to choose one to make sure. The one I played with the most is definitely Luke Bespin, Yoda, Han Solo Hots gear. Those figures are probably the one I play with the most. Also the Chewbacca, Darth Vader. But it's hard for me to choose one character in particular, to be honest, because I really like those figures, to be honest.
I've got 3. Mine's the original Luke Farm Boy, the Princess Leia, Buns, and the original Han. Those are my top 3. What's your favorite vehicle from the line?
That's probably one of the I was expecting the most is Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's mine as well, I'd say. And what about play set?
A play set, Death Star, Palitoy Death Star.
It's something I never had, so I mean, I think I saw it in the toy shop. I never had it though. It's your book, sorry, about Cardiff. Let me just choose. I've written so many questions. How long did it take to complete? Okay, how long has it taken to complete the book from the initial concept to September?
I started to write for good in summer 2016.
So quite a lot. It's 5 years then, really, isn't it?
Nearly 5 years.
Wow.
Not all the time. There was some time I didn't work on the book at all. It was like just left behind because I have so many things to care, family, business, my job and everything. But it took quite a long time because I did everything by myself.
Yeah, but overall, would you say it's been a labor of love?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And a dream come true?
Yeah.
And the end result is how you imagined it would come to be?
I was dreaming for that for about 20 years, to be honest. I really wanted to tell. I don't know why, but I wanted to share, because there's one thing of the collectors that you collect on your side and you have the thing and that's it. Yeah. And at the end, okay, you like the Uncle Scrooge, sitting on a pile of coins, and there's no one can share with you this kind of thing. And I thought, with new technology these days, I think it's one of the most interesting fact. You can share like we do tonight. We can share our passion for the toys or the history about the industry behind, which is also for me something interesting to tell. When I was, thank you for the internet, finding some newspaper in America, but through the web, like Washington Post, they were talking about Star Wars back in Christmas 1978 when they had trouble to build the remote control R2-D2 because the electronic component, they had lack of an electronic component in October or November 1978. And then there was not enough toys for the States, So when it was like the key toy for that Christmas time. And so you find some article in newspaper, people complain about, why Canada don't sell those toys, all that kind of thing. So that's interesting to find those stories on the newspaper.
Yeah, very interesting.
Is there going to be any books after this one, Jean-Francois? Have you got your eye on something else, another project later, or is this a one and done for you? Is this a one in a lifetime gig?
There's always something behind my head, The next step will be to make some exhibition. I would like to organize exhibition of my collection because I never had the chance to see it completely displayed because it's too small where I live, and having a tour of displaying the entire collection would be great, with explanation like the book. On the front of you see all the 12 back figures from 1978. You see 1979 figures, and year by year with the play set and the vehicle, and tell the story about the why blue snaggletooth was blue and become red and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Another question: does the book cover the droids and Ewoks line?
No. Only the trilogy. No TV show
up to Power of the Force then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
will include it only the A-Wing as a droid line because it used to
originally it was going to be on the
exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm making the difference for that.
Have you ever bought a Star Wars collecting book?
Oh yeah, I got a few.
Yeah. What are your favorites then? What stands out in your collection? Which books do you like?
It's hard to choose one, but definitely the one from Duncan and Gus Lopez about the prototyping. This one.
Oh, I wanted to get that. I never got that.
I mean, there's a few, and probably the very early book I have. Maybe if I put some lights, that might be better. I don't know if you can see it better that way. One of the early book I bought was the Steve Sansweet book.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way,
book. Yeah.
By the way, he begged on last night on my Kickstarter, so I was completely amazed about it.
Oh wow,
that's great. Incredible! That's incredible. Did you get a message, or did you just know from the who
He gave me a
who created
message.
the account, or he gave you a
He,
message?
he actually sent me a message from the messenger. He said, Jean-Francois, the book looks amazing, and the video are a really special bonus. I have pledged for a copy, and wish you the very best in reaching your goal. All the best, Steve. So
Fantastic.
this one I will print that message.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's great.
That's brilliant.
So there was the the Duncan and Gus and Duncan guide to the prototype book.
Yeah.
This one was a fantastic one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wanted
But
that.
of course, about the action figures itself, then one of the goal for every collector was this one.
The
Kellerman, yeah.
The Kellerman.
Yeah,
that's a great book.
My one of my good friends that I stream with, we have a show every weekend called Free Men and the Monkey Lizard. He found one of those Kellerman books in a Goodwill charity shop in America for £3. Can you believe it?
Wow!
I know.
Good deal.
I know. Or $3, should I say?
Wow. There's another book, if you can find on the internet, maybe could be expensive, but it was one of the reference to find more knowledge about the toy industry. It's called Toy Town.
Oh, wow.
That book is made of the Australian English girl called Sarah Monk, and she covered all the production from 1947 to 2012. So it's not just about Star Wars, but it's about the entire toy industry, how it moved to Hong Kong with the early process of plastic injections and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very interesting book to have a better knowledge about the toy industry.
Fantastic.
That'd be interesting, yeah. Does your book include Power of the Force, Gamorrean, Nikto, and Attack Driver?
No, those ones, no.
Because
there are variations, and I really want to stick to Figures Wars, not reissue. Actually, not like I will not show like a Greedo with a star or with Empire things. You know, it will be only Greedo Star Wars carded.
20 back, yeah.
Great.
Okay, so this book looks great. I mean, I can't wait to get it.
Exactly.
Once I put my order in, that is.
So I think everyone needs to get and support this Kickstarter. I think it's great work that you're doing, and we like supporting all all of the creators in our community. And there's a few there's some good books that have been made recently. Read 5's another one that we've just recently backed, and there's a vintage collection book as well that should be delivered to us soon that we've backed. So Kickstarter is a great place, I think, for creatives. And Jean-Francois, you've been absolutely brilliant tonight. A fantastic member of the community, and we hope it goes all the way, and we'll do whatever we can to support you. So thank you ever so much for agreeing to come on the show tonight.
Thank you for the invitation. It was a great pleasure to be invited in the show, and I'm very happy to join you and have a chat about this our beloved toy collection, actually. So it was amazing.
Great. And thanks to the BOE for being our co-host tonight and bringing the knowledge, because we call BOE the GOAT because he's got all the knowledge there. And you can follow all three of us. All three of us are on Twitter. I'm at Salacious Rum. Jean-Francois is at JF Rolland. JF. I've done that wrong. Is it JF I'll correct it in the description. I think it's
GF. Yeah.
Underscore, yeah. And BOE is at Ewoks Outs. And all three of us are also on Instagram at Salacious Rum, at Chronique _Vintage, and at Blacked Outs Ewoks. And we've all got YouTube channels, and they're all in the links of this description. So please subscribe to all three of us. There's 40 people in the chat. There's even more on Twitter, so we've had a really good turnout. Please give this video a like and leave us a friendly comment. Please subscribe and turn on the notifications to our channels. And make sure you go and support the Kickstarter. It looks absolutely brilliant.
It does.
Thank you so much.
Let's just get a final, see if there's any final words on the chats. People are just saying thank you. You're getting thumbs up. I think you've at least got half a dozen from people in the chat, maybe even more. So it'd be good for you to check your stats out tomorrow, and hopefully you've got a little bit closer to your end goal. Your dream is becoming a reality, I think, sir.
Yeah, it does, and that's fantastic. Really, thank you. I mean, that kind of dream cannot happen without you guys, anyway. So that's the thing. It's a teamwork.
Well, I have to say, it's been a spiffing evening, a very entertaining evening. I really enjoyed having Jean-Francois on the show and BOE. Spiffing evening, very splendid. Don't you agree, BOE?
Jolly good, jolly good.
Very good, very good. Monkey Lizards are very impressed. The Monkey Lizard Army is very impressed.
Yeah.
It's got a grand old evenings. Grand old evening.
Hi, and only one Kenobi. He's just turned up.
Is he just turned up? Is the only one Kenobi? Another great YouTuber in the house says, "Yes, man. Just heard you're on. You'll have to replay this only one because we're just about to end. We've been on for an hour and a half now, so please rewatch it. You'll enjoy this show. I think it's been a great evening." Imperial Communique says this has been awesome. York says, "Thanks, JF. Great chat, guys.
Thanks to you."
Hopefully the guys and gals at your web on your web course will have enjoyed this evening as well. So I know they've all been supporting you tonight, JF. So that's great.
Thanks.
So that just leaves us really to end the show, and we typically end that by saying one thing, don't we, Freddie? Yes, that's right. Of course, it's an important time to give out an important message. It's often overlooked, and the monkey lizard community often gets overlooked. So remember, everybody, monkey lizards are for life, not for spit roasting. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Au revoir.
Goodbye. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Some things just have to be said to all the monkey lovers out there in England, down under, the States, around the world, in Kowak. Monkey lizards make very good lovers. That's right, it's true. We're very good.